The film industry has historically been very male-dominated, especially in certain positions, and this can be clearly seen when looking at past Oscar winners. In this video, I'll be looking at some of the women who were first to be nominated for or win Academy Awards. The gender discrepancy has been most clearly seen when it comes to the Best Director award. The first Oscars were held in 1929, and yet a woman was not voted the top director until Kathryn Bigelow for her Iraq War film The Hurt Locker, which was released in the US in 2009. Bigelow has been active since the early 80s and was already firmly established in Hollywood. Her earlier work includes the action film Point Break, the sci-fi Strange Days, and submarine movie K-19 The Widowmaker. Notably, Bigelow avoided mentioning the historic nature of her win in her acceptance speech and has downplayed her gender throughout her career. She's still the only female director to win Best Director, and The Hurt Locker is also the only film directed by a woman to win Best Picture. The first woman to be nominated in this category came much earlier. Italian filmmaker Lina Wertmuller got a nod for her 1975 work Seven Beauties about a World War II prison camp. She is still the only woman to get a Best Director nomination for something not in the English language. The Best Picture award is given to the producers, and producing is a field that has progressed towards gender parity faster than directing. The first Best Pick nomination and win for a woman came in 1973, with The Sting starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford. One of the three producers was Julia Phillips, who went on to produce classics like the Best Picture nominee Taxi Driver and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which was nominated for 8 Oscars. In screenwriting, women had success even earlier, as 2 women were nominated for Academy Awards in that category in the second ceremony held in the year 1930. That year, Bess Meredith was actually nominated twice for A Woman of Affairs and Wonder of Women, both of which were based on novels. Josephine Lovett was also nominated for Our Dancing Daughters, an original screenplay. The very next year, Frances Marion won the Oscar for Best Writing in honor of her work on a 1930 prison film called The Big House. She even won again in the defunct category Best Story with The Champ, which came out in 1931. The only currently existing category that has never seen a woman win is cinematography. The one and only nomination went to Rachel Morrison for Mudbound. Morrison has also collaborated with director Ryan Coogler twice on both Fruitvale Station and Black Panther, where she was the first female DP of a Marvel Studios movie. About her nomination, Morrison said, quote, "I think it's better late than never. We've gained this realization that there are still these strongholds, and if we can break down this stronghold, then we can break down another. The visibility will hopefully burst the door open, and as soon as we represent more than 5% of DPs, as soon as we've reached 50%, you'll see women getting 50% of the nominations." Unquote. The first woman to be nominated and win for editing was Anne Bowkins for her collaborations with iconic director Cecil B. DeMille. Her win came for Northwest Mounted Police from 1940, and she was nominated again working with DeMille twice for The Greatest Show on Earth in 1952, and then for The Ten Commandments in 1956. Brenda Chapman, who also co-directed The Prince of Egypt, was the first woman to get the Best Animated Feature Oscar with the Pixar film Brave in 2012. Faith Hubley was the first to receive and be nominated for Best Animated Short in 1962 for The Hole, which she directed with her husband John. Nancy Hamilton was the first to get Oscar Gold in the feature documentary category. Her 1954 documentary Helen Keller in Her Story starred the famous deaf and blind author herself. Martina Huguenot van der Linden won in the Best Documentary Short category for This Tiny World, a 1972 short about antique mechanical toys. Best International Film is technically awarded to the country, but the first film to win that was directed by a woman is Antonia's Line, a Dutch feminist movie from 1995 and made by Maureen Goris. The first woman to win or be nominated for visual effects is Suzanne M. Benson, an award she shared with 3 others. She won for her work on the 1986 science fiction film Aliens, which is known for its groundbreaking effects. Aliens impressively combined a very wide variety of VFX techniques, sometimes even in the same shot, such as miniatures, rear projection, matte paintings, beam splitters, and lifelike alien suits. Benson is still one of only 2 women that have won the Oscar in this category. Costume design has been very female-dominated, and there has never been a year without a female nominee. The award was first given in 1948, and at the time it was divided between color and black and white. Barbara Korinska and Dorothy Jeekins won in the color category for the biopic of Joan of Arc starring Ingrid Bergman. Makeup and hairstyling has also featured plenty of female winners and nominees, with the first of both being Sarah Manzani and Michelle Burke for the 1981 prehistoric film Quest for Fire. Production design saw a female winner pretty early on when Carmen Dillon won for the 1948 adaptation of Hamlet by Laurence Olivier. The first woman to win for sound editing was Kay Rose in 1984 for The River. The first to win in sound mixing was Laura Hirschberg on the 2010 Christopher Nolan film Inception. Best Original Song saw a female winner very early on when Dorothy Fields wrote The Way You Look Tonight from the 1936 musical Swing Time. Marilyn Bergman was one of the winners in Best Original Score for Barbra Streisand's 1983 work Yentl, making her the first female winner in that field. That'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.